Right, so we're going to pick up where we left off, and next up we're going to look at the footer. If we go back into the editing experience, and I'm looking for a template part or pattern called footer, which is there. So again, it's a pretty plain footer at the moment. What do you want to do with it? You can do whatever. I mean, you can add products in here if you want. In fact, why don't we do that? So I'm just looking at the list to see what we've got, how it's structured at the moment. So we've got a group, and then we've got another group which is got a paragraph nested in it. So I want to look at that group, and I just want to make sure it's set to 1000 width, and then I'm going to color the background of my parent group, and I want to make that black, same as I did with the header, and I want to make the text white. And we've got a link issue here, but that is probably in the global settings. I'm not going to worry about that for the moment. I just want to get the structure of what we're doing. So if I just close that out, I just want to make sure that width is, so that's coming in, it's respecting our 1000 pixels. So let's add in, say, maybe columns block. And we'll just fill it up with some Greek text for the moment. So I want 3 columns, and I want to actually take the column, and I want to move it up above or into my group. I want to move it into my group, and then I want to push it above the text. So then within my columns, I want to add some paragraph text, and we're going to fill this with some Lirium Epsom, paste it in, and we'll do the same for all 3 blocks. And this just represents, a hole to hold something, and we'll come back to it later when we've added products. So from here, we maybe want to have a look at, we'll just get rid of this, make some real estate here so we can see what's going on. So it doesn't look too bad. Maybe you want to put some block gap spacing within the columns block. So if I just look at my list view, I want to look at my columns settings, and I want to change some of the block spacing. So we can see that columns is respecting our mobile view. We just get some more real estate here. If we squeeze this down, you can see it starts to stack, which is good. That's a good thing. But that means we've got control over our block spacings vertically and also horizontally. So when it's stacked on mobile, I want to give it some, maybe let's give it 4 or 5, maybe 4. I want to do the same for our vertical or horizontal view. So when it's viewed on desktop, now I'm going to go probably, we'll stick with 6 just to give it a bit more space. I just want to push that away from there. The spacing's a bit weird here. So we've got a lot of space at the top and not very much at the bottom. So where's that coming from? And it's dimension. So yeah, okay. So it's coming from the dimension, the padding, top padding of this group block. So I'm going to knock that back down to 30. Let's see what that looks like. And everything's a bit tight. So if I come over to my settings again, get rid of that to get some real estate back. Go to my padding. So that's padding top and bottom. So what happens if I bump that right up? Yeah, okay. That's cool. So let's maybe leave it as 6. Let's see what that's looking like. Actually, I'm just going to push that down a bit. Yeah. So if I go to my settings for the dimensions of the text block, padding, and I want to push that bottom padding down, top padding up, push the columns away from the text basically, just to even up a little bit. Yep, I'm happy with that. So we've got a footer now, so I'm going to save that out. What we can do is just pop to the front end and see how everything's looking. There we are. So okay, so we're looking pretty good. We've got a weird step going on there. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe that's because it's in a group. Okay, well, I'll diagnose that and hopefully in the next video have that resolved. So yeah, that concludes this part of the video, which was actually to do more with the footer. So we've designed that. So if you've got any comments, give us a like or a share or subscribe. I'd be grateful, and I'll see you in the next video.